The power is within you. Start using it today. There is an invisible force that permeates every moment of your existence, a latent energy waiting to be awakened. It is not a gift reserved for the few, nor something that depends on luck or external circumstances. It is the power that resides within you, an inextinguishable flame that can be ignited by the conscious decision to live with purpose. But if you don't know where to look, that power will remain dormant, like an underground river that never sees the light of day. Imagine for a moment, who would you be if you could access that power in its entirety? What would you create, achieve, and transform? Throughout history, extraordinary figures have shown the world what is possible when someone decides to master their inner forces. Thomas Edison faced thousands of failures before illuminating the planet with the electric light bulb. Andrew Carnegie transformed an entire industry with his visionary ideas. Walt Disney built entire worlds, starting with nothing more than a pencil and a dream. They didn't have advantages over you. They weren't born with more talent, intelligence, or resources. The difference lies in what they did with what they had. They chose to look beyond the limitations imposed by the outside world and dove deep into something many ignore, the infinite potential that resides within every human being. Have you ever felt that sensation of being on the verge of something great, but unsure how to take the next step? Or perhaps you've experienced moments of doubt, questioning whether it's really worth continuing to chase your dreams. These feelings are universal, but what separates achievers from the resigned is the choice to move forward despite them. The truth is, you already possess everything you need to begin. The problem isn't a lack of resources, but the mistaken belief that something outside of you is necessary to change your life. The first step toward the extraordinary begins with a fundamental shift in perspective, the recognition that the power isn't in a title, money, or external validation. It is within you. Now think of your mind as fertile soil. Everything you plant there will grow. The beliefs you nurture, the words you repeat, the images you visualize, all of these shape the ground where your future achievements will take root. If you sow thoughts of scarcity, fear, and doubt, that is exactly what you will harvest. On the other hand, if you choose to feed your mind with clear visions of success, gratitude for present opportunities, and faith in your potential, you'll be paving the way for extraordinary results. Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest architects of modern success philosophy, taught that the human mind is capable of creating anything it can conceive and believe, but he also warned, every adversity carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. What you do with those seeds will determine the destiny of your journey. A growth-oriented mindset is like a lighthouse guiding a ship through the darkness. It doesn't ignore challenges, it sees them as opportunities in disguise. When Henry Ford faced repeated bankruptcies and failures, he didn't let those experiences define his future. Instead, he used them as fuel to learn, adjust, and move forward. His defeats were not the end of the road, but milestones on the path to creating an industrial revolution. By adopting a growth mindset, you free yourself from the prison of immediate results and begin to see every obstacle as a valuable teacher. Every mistake is a lesson. Every difficulty is a chance to strengthen your resilience. And every victory, no matter how small, is proof that progress is inevitable when you stay focused. But mindset alone isn't enough. For your inner power to truly manifest, you must cultivate an unshakable belief in yourself. This belief doesn't arise by chance. It is built brick by brick, day by day. Abraham Lincoln, one of history's most resilient leaders, faced political defeats, personal tragedies, and public doubts before becoming President of the United States. Yet he never allowed those setbacks to weaken his confidence in his mission. He knew that true power comes from within, from a deep conviction that he was destined to fulfill something greater. His belief was so strong that it eclipsed any shadow of uncertainty. This is what you need to develop, a certainty so powerful that it overcomes any doubt or external opposition. This certainty, however, doesn't appear out of nowhere. It is fueled by clarity. You need to know exactly what you want, why you want it, and what price you're willing to pay to achieve it. Without clarity, The energy you expend is wasted on random movements without direction or purpose. It's like trying to navigate without a compass. You may row with all your might, but you'll end up going in circles. Define your vision with precision. Write it down, revise it. Make it so vivid that you can feel, touch, and breathe every detail of it. The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to align your actions with your goals. And the more aligned your life becomes, the faster you'll move toward what truly matters. A clear vision, however, only comes to life when it is sustained by purpose. Purpose is the engine that drives the machine of achievement. It's the reason you get up every day, even when exhaustion tries to pull you down. Oprah Winfrey began her journey in extreme poverty, but she found her purpose when she realized she could use her voice to inspire millions. Her commitment to that purpose is what made her one of the most influential women in the world. What is your purpose? What moves you? When you discover it, work stops being just work. It transforms into a mission, and when something is a mission, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. But purpose without discipline is like an arrow without a bow. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. It's the daily practice of doing what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. Michael Jordan, considered one of the greatest athletes of all time, didn't reach the top by chance. He trained longer than any other player, even after already being recognized as a phenomenon. His discipline was relentless because he knew that success isn't an isolated event, but the cumulative result of consistent small actions. Discipline isn't a rule, it's freedom. It frees you from procrastination, indecision, and chaos. It's what allows you to turn potential into action. And here we are, action. Everything we've discussed so far, mindset, belief, clarity, purpose, discipline, that converges at this point. Action is the dividing line between those who dream and those who achieve. No matter how brilliant your vision or how strong your belief, without action, everything remains in the realm of imagination. Action is the act of bringing the invisible into the visible. It's putting one foot in front of the other, even when the path seems uncertain. It's saying yes to discomfort, because it's in discomfort that growth happens. Every step taken with intention is a step toward transformation. However, action without gratitude is empty. Gratitude is what enriches your journey, transforming every challenge into learning and every victory into celebration. When you practice gratitude, you shift your perspective on what truly matters. You stop seeking external validation and start valuing the small blessings you already have. Steve Jobs, in his toughest moments, always returned to gratitude. He saw every setback as an opportunity to reinvent, to create something new. Gratitude is the anchor that keeps your mind balanced and your heart light. Adaptability is another key to unlocking your inner power. The world is constantly changing, and those who thrive are the ones who can adjust to new realities. When the 2020 pandemic impacted billions globally, companies like Amazon and Zoom quickly adapted, expanding their operations to meet emerging needs. Adaptability doesn't mean abandoning your principles. It means flexing your approach to achieve your goals. It's the ability to dance with the wind instead of fighting against it. Resilience naturally follows adaptability. Life will test you. It will throw rocks in your path, some so big they'll seem impossible to move. But resilience isn't about avoiding the blows. It's about getting back up after every fall. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but emerged with the same passion for justice he had when he entered. His resilience didn't just change his own life, it transformed a nation. Resilience is the muscle you strengthen every time you face adversity, and the stronger that muscle becomes, the higher you'll be able to fly. Finally, continuous learning is what keeps your inner flame alive. The day you stop learning is the day you start to wither. Warren Buffett, at 90 years old, still dedicates hours each day to reading and studying. He knows that knowledge is the fuel that drives success. Never stop seeking new ideas, new skills, and new perspectives. Every book read, every meaningful conversation, every lived experience adds another piece to the puzzle of your life. So here we are at the end of this journey, but also at the beginning of yours. You already know that the power is within you. Now it's up to you to decide to use it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It will never come. Don't wait for external conditions to change. They may never change, but you can change. You can decide right now to take control of your life, to plant the seeds of your dreams with dedication and care, to face challenges with courage and gratitude, to adapt, endure, and learn at every step of the way. Because deep down you know you were born for something greater. You feel it. You hear the call. And now is the time to answer. The power is within you. Use it today.